2017 Subaru Crosstrek. I'm going to show you how to do the door panel, the silver trim piece, and the master window switches. This trim piece is messed up. I'm replacing it. I got to take the door panel off. So first, get this screw out right here. Pop that little cover up. Come in here, pop this little cover up, and take that screw out. Like a butter knife or something really thin can get in there, like a pocket screwdriver, flathead. This panel has to come off, so what you want to do is these little white clips hold it on. After you get those two screws out, you want to grip the door panel and gently shake it loose, pull it out. Then these cables need to come off. The yellow ones on top, you just pop that part out, come over here and pull this little ball out. Same thing here. Be careful, gently push this straight out and lift the ball out. That shouldn't be that hard. Once that's off, we need to disconnect these electrical connectors that are on the window master switch. These are like the hardest part of the job, in my opinion. And to get this trim panel piece off, it has a screw right here and a screw right here on the inside of the door panel. That's why this whole panel has to come off to replace that. So I'm going to come in here and get these electrical connectors off. Now you could probably, these are the screws, and you would think you could get away with taking the screws off and then, you know, with the door panel still connected, but you really can't. I had to disconnect these. The hardest one is this fat one, because the button is on the inside, right inside near the door. You have to push that button right there in the center and pull it out. Be careful. Expect a little stubborn fight. This one's not too bad. It has a button, and then this one wasn't too bad. It's just these center buttons, they're so tiny. They're made for like little troll hands. So once you get that off, you should be good the rest of the job. That's really the hardest part, so be patient with that. Once the door panel is off, we're going to take it, set it somewhere safe. I'm gonna go ahead and take these screws out that I was telling you about earlier. Okay, this one's off, and the one over here. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so get the screws out, save these. We're gonna reuse them. Now, this comes out, but it doesn't just come out. What you got to do is gently push on the little tabs. The tabs have like a little ridge on them. You got to push them in while you push the whole thing up. Once you get it out, we're gonna switch the buttons and the other button to the new trim piece. So this comes off basically. These little notches right here, you gently push those down and pull this thing out. You kind of got to do it all at the same time, which is impossible. So you kind of do one while holding it down a little bit and then do the other one. You'll get it. Just be gentle and patient, because if you break the clips, then basically your button's always going to be sunk down and not looking right. So we'll get those like that. Same thing over here. You want to gently just kind of pry that forward a little bit. Just push it a little bit forward, and then you'll be able to just kind of work this switch out. This is your window master switch. A lot of times if one of your windows doesn't work from this switch will be bad, as long as it works from the other switch. Not all the time, that's just like a symptom of a bad master switch. Got my new one in my trim piece panel here. That's together. All right, now I'm gonna go put this back on the door panel. So we're going to put this in. Now you want to put the rear of this in first. Don't put the front like I just did. I had to take it back out and then put the rear, because the rear has like this little like part that has to go in first. Okay, so get the rear of that trim piece panel put in first, and then once you push it down into place, it'll click into place, and then these two screws are there to make sure it stays nice and firm. And like, I will admit that like some Toyotas don't have these extra screws, and a lot of times like the trim pieces get loose or the buttons feel loose. I do like how Subaru feels nice and like tight on the door panel. It's like a solid door panel. When you go to put it together, put these electrical connectors back in. Make sure you push them in really good, because I put my door back together and my buttons didn't work. So test your buttons, make sure they're not damaged or nothing. We'll go ahead and put this back in, put the ball part in first, and then just slide this yellow piece back into place. It shouldn't be a huge wrestling match. Same with the bottom. I believe the yellow one is for your door lock and the black one is for the door lever. So get those in there, make sure there's tension. Okay, now this part, the door panel goes on, put the top on first, and then it slides down, and then you're going to push the door panel clips into their little holes, and they should snap and pop and get into place like Rice Krispies. And then you put this screw in right here, and then as well as the other screw, and then you put your little covers on too, like this. So once these are in, make sure you get these little covers put in. My new panel didn't come with like this little cover, so this part goes towards the back, and then you just push down and clip it in. Make sure all your buttons work. Make sure your door locks, unlocks. Got my new piece here. If you had to put a new master switch in, you could put your new switch in. Hope this video helped you out. Thanks for watching.